your boy and Guru in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable news for you guys, because you need to just sit back and relax and enjoy all the news and all the transfer news, especially all the speculations that is actually happening along with Arsenal. Mikel Arteta has opened up about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Bukayo Saka's whole contract situation and saga will be covered on this video. So if you're an Arsenal fan, do subscribe because you get 2 videos about Arsenal every single day. Without any further ado, let's move on with the first news. Well, we had mentioned earlier in a number of videos that Manchester United and Liverpool have contacted Thomas Partey's representatives in the past, but these two are cold and inactive. Arsenal and Thomas both want each other. The player has already made a decision and his club knows this. The completion of the deal is currently unpredictable. Arsenal is very serious, and according to certain informations, the Arsenal have provided guarantees through one of the mediators before the coronavirus pandemic to Thomas Partey's party that in Isabel restaurant in London, with the ability and determination of the club to activate the penal clause. Scales changed after that and guarantees no longer exist. The club discussed the conclusion of an innovative deal and then suspended the talks to fully assess the financial situation, which clearly means that Arsenal, if this pandemic wasn't supposed to happen, Arsenal were definitely there to make a signature of Thomas Partey, inevitably. But Arsenal will try every possible option and every formulation before it offers to activate the penal clause of Thomas Partey. There's a complaint about a proposal with financial assistance with 23 capital. I'm sorry, with 23 capital, but we could not confirm it from other independent sources. Thomas Partey will not sign a new contract as long as Arsenal registers an interest and desire to sign it. And Thomas Partey's deal is not close to happening though, and it is not settled for Arsenal, but it is not an impossible or dead before its birth. There is a real opportunity for the two clubs to reach an agreement that is in line with the player's desire and wish. This diplomatic detail is not an attempt to evade the responsibility of spreading the news, but this is the reality of Arsenal and Thomas Partey right now. So if you guys believe that I believe it is going to happen. Somewhere down the line, Arsenal have to figure out in this pandemic, do they have the money? If they don't, where exactly will they get money? Either definitely it will be player sales, but in this market, who is definitely going to buy their players? Now, every single other teams have to have the money to buy Arsenal's players, because not below than 20 to 30 million are they going to sell any players. So if that's going to happen, we're definitely going to look at. So this transfer window is definitely going to be huge and very massive for Arsenal in its midfield, in its renaissance of a midfield position. But more on it, you can actually keep watching the video. Well, Mikel Arteta has opened up about Aubameyang. He says, we have many discussions with Pierre, his family and agent. I'm pretty positive that we can find the right agreement for all the parties. More on it, keep watching the video. The Premier League plan to show fans celebrating goals on big screens to give sense of atmosphere, and supporters watching at home would be projected into their team's ground at appropriate moments so that the atmosphere is generated for players and broadcast viewers. It has been described as live reaction from the living room, and supporters watching at home would be projected into the team's ground at appropriate moments. And the Premier League says live video feeds featuring 16 supporters from each club will be made available to broadcasters and to clubs for use on big screens during matches. Do you believe in it? Do let me know in the comment section. You guys don't comment, that's a problem. But please comment and let me know what you guys feel about it. Well, moving on, Mikel Arteta has opened up about him and his influence of Pep Guardiola in his life and his coaching career. He says, in my coaching career and my personal life, he has an enormous influence. If I have to talk about the person he is, his values, the way he has treated me and how he deals with the players and the staff around him, it is phenomenal. And that is exactly we are going to see. Master versus Apprentice. It's going to be real big deal. Orkun Kokchu has opened up about his future. He says, I've had an offer twice now from Feyenoord that, with all due respect, wasn't what I'd hoped for. And now it is quiet. I don't know if it's conscious, but it sometimes feels like the club is waiting to sell me after all. That there is no turning back then. It feels a bit uncomfortable. Does Feyenoord want me to stay? And I really don't have to become the highest paid player here. Not even close. Just give me the feeling that I'm really a key player in every way. I'm not done here yet. I'm having a good time. I want to become champion next year. Now, what Orkun Kokchu is wanting, I really don't understand what Feyenoord is doing, but Orkun Kokchu wants to stay and develop and wants to win the title with them. Now, the problem is that this is not exactly what Feyenoord Feyenoord want. Now, if he's a prized asset, Feyenoord can sell and get a good amount of money in terms of this transfer market. So if that's going to happen, then I think Feyenoord are going to pull the plug because he is cha-ching, he is the cash for them. So I think if the club is well run and if they don't have any financial issues, I think they should keep Orkun Kokchu and listen to the player. The player just wants the club to make him feel wanted. Because if they do, I think that would be anything. That would be a big blessing for the player, and that's what he's asking. He's asking it straightforward, isn't it? Well, moving on. Arsenal are interested in highly rated 18-year-old Lille midfielder Joel Ngoya, who is yet to sign a professional contract with the French club. Now, if he's an important asset or not, you will come to know about it. Well, moving on. Mikel Arteta has spoken about our Champions League, which is the bigger key indicator to attract European players or players to European clubs. He says, I think that would help to persuade anybody, but we are very lucky to have the club that we have right behind us, that a lot of players want to come and join us. He means that irrespective of the Champions League and European football, the club's stature is such that we attract a lot of people. Well, talking about Aubameyang's whole situation, he says, it's our responsibility to make him feel that this is the right next step in his career. We have many discussions with Pierre, his family and agent. I'm pretty positive that we can find the right agreement for all the parties. And he goes on saying, I think at the moment I'm extremely happy about the way Aubameyang is performing and behaving. I think I have a really good relationship with him where we can discuss face to face a lot of things. As far as I'm aware, I think he's very happy at the club. And he says, we are trying as a club to finalize the deals that are more urgent and a priority for us. The ones you are talking about, Bukayo Saka and Aubameyang's, they are both really important, and not just for now, but for the future of the club as well. So Arteta knows this, okay? We, in the social media, are actually pushing Arteta, go make him sign, go make him sign. He knows this, okay? He's smart enough to know that. So try forcing Aubameyang and Bukayo Saka into signing a deal if you're a fan, and if you're tweeting to them or about them, go make them sign a new deal. Well, also, about facing Manchester City, Mikel Arteta says, we cannot control everything that Manchester City does. It's impossible. Even if we want to, and I will drive the players mad in order to do that. In our case, we have 5 games in 15 days. We don't know how the players will respond physically. We will use them. We have some really talented young boys. They're asking for chances, and I'm sure all the clubs will be the same. And talking about Eddie Nketiah, Arteta said, we treat Eddie as an important part of our squad. I watched him train and I was very convinced that he was the right player for us to move us to the next level, that he can contribute in a big way to the way we want to play. He has been fantastic so far. Well, unbelievably so. Bad Leno has spoken about Arteta's ties to Manchester City. He says he knows exactly every player. He knows the manager better than anybody else. I think Mikel will have a good game plan as always. We're prepared for all the situations, and on this level, we think we are a very good team. And on lockdown training, Leno has said, Arsenal delivered me a ball machine. My missus was a very good goalkeeping coach, just putting the ball inside and the machine was shooting at me. My dog was challenging me like at corners. So I had good sessions in my garden. It was the best I could do. That's the reality, isn't it? Well, Bakary Sania believes Socrates and David Luiz are really good players. He says, I believe Socrates and David Luiz are really good players. I've seen Luiz might be going at the end of the season, but it would be a great thing for me to see him playing another season, a full season under Mikel Arteta. Gilberto Silva is open about Gabriel Martinelli. He says, a promising youngster, not just for Arsenal, but he's being talked about in Brazilian football, and he's made a very good start. He's doing well and shown his bravery. Well, if you're getting this much praise from Gilberto Silva, you know you are special. Yeah. Well, moving on. Well, Gabriel Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, William Saliba and Trey Coyle have all been nominated for Tutto Sports 2020 Golden Boy Award. That is really, really helpful. And also, we have also come up. We have also known this news that Arsenal reportedly have a deal on the table for Thomas Partey that will see the midfielder triple his wages at the Emirates. The Gunners are known to be long admirers of the 27-year-old and are said to be in the pole position to sign him should he depart from Spain. And he has 2 years left on his deal at the Wanda Metropolitano, boasts a release clause of just £44.5 million. But here's the biggest deal. It has been reported that Partey is raking in £65,000 a week at Atletico. And if Arsenal are offering him thrice of that, then that means he will earn £195,000 a week at Arsenal, and that is a huge amount of money. Well, moving on, Gary Neville is still haunted over his failure to back England's black players following their disgusting racist abuse in Spain. And the former England and Manchester United star believes Premier League stars should now walk off the pitch if they are ever targeted. He says, I've been quite vocal on Sky Sports over the last 12 to 18 months around racism and just felt very uncomfortable with, to be fair, my lack of action when I think that I sat next to Ashley Cole in that dressing room in Spain all those years ago. I came off the pitch at the end of the game, got in the shower, didn't say a word to him, went and did my interviews after the game, probably ignored or semi-answered the question on racism, walked onto the bus, went back home and didn't think. I just accepted it almost. It is appalling. Yes, it is. It is really bad. It's worst. But let's move on. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes on this platform every single day, twice. So sit back, relax, and enjoy all the news that comes on this platform. I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers and don't forget.